Okay, and sound check. Hello, hello. All right. Hmm. Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Joshua, and this is Rooftop. In this workshop, we're going to be seeing how we can paint clouds using acrylic paints. So we have done a couple of landscapes before, but we've done everything as a whole. But this time, let's just focus on focus on certain aspects of landscape, you could say. So we look at how we can paint clouds, and then we look at how we've done trees already in watercolors, but it's almost the same concept when it comes to acrylic for the trees, and then the different mountains and so on and so forth. But today we will be focusing mostly on just clouds. So let's begin. Okay, so I have my sheet of paper here. This is just the table. All right, and I have my acrylic paints. I have my pencil somewhere over here, unless somebody stole it. I'm guessing someone stole it. But okay, we can start off. So this time what I'm going to do is we're going to start the drawing with an undertone, which is basically with paints. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by taking some yellow color. Or you know what, I'll start off by using some brown. So this is normally how it would go. Right, so I will take just some burnt sienna. Just a little bit, we don't need too much. And we're going to dilute it with water. And we're only going to be using one color for this. Now I wasn't going to show you this method, but since someone stole my pencil in the studio, it reminded me of this method, which basically I do for my paintings. Maybe one day, if you're interested, I could show you the types of paintings I do and the different types of methodology that I follow. But okay, so here I've taken some burnt umber after I've mixed anything in it besides water. And what I will do is I will start off by just roughly painting, you know what, let me just get the borders in so you can see exactly where the borders are. Yeah, there you go. Now just put a little bit this side. Yeah, so that's my border. And we're not going to worry too much about this. So I'll start off by painting this side here. And then we'll start with the clouds like this, and we'll give it, a little roundish, not always rounded, but a bit of a rounded edge, you could say. And our horizon is going to be, say, somewhere this side. So I'll just show you the image that we're painting. This is basically what we're painting. All right. So I will take this brown color, come all the way down here. So now I'm just marking out where exactly I want the clouds to end, at least the top of the clouds. Okay, then I'll take some more water, mix it in this. Now it doesn't matter how light or dark this is. If you want, you can add a bit more paint and then just darken this area here. And this is again a rough sketch. So remember, painting is just drawing with paints. Once you keep that in mind, it will be a lot less scary to sketch with this. So like that, I'll just cover this area up with a light tone, just like this. But I'll cover this side as well. And then for the for the darker areas, I'll just take more brown as compared to how much I took before. Take a bit more water and a lot more brown. Make sure it's diluted. It should be very watery. Like this. So this will give you a good understanding about the tones, because when you do it in a monochromatic manner, it becomes a lot easier to understand where to put the light tones, where to put the dark tones. And for those of you wondering what monochromatic means, it means just one color. So like just brown, and then you're getting different shades of it. And you can be a little rough with this. There's no need to, be pinpoint accurate for this. And remember, this is called an underpainting or an undertone. So think of this as the foundation of your painting. A little bit this side, just like that. A little bit here, okay. And then I'll take a bit more water and a lot more paint now. A lot more brown color. This is still wet, so I'll let it dry out a bit. And then over here, it's been so long since I've done this method, it's kind of exciting for me. So right now, the part I am painting is practically, or it's basically this area here. This part, this dark side you can see here where the horizon is, that's what I'm painting right now. Like this. And then over here I will add a few patches of this darker color. Then you can just take some water and spread it out. Now with oil colors, this works out really well, but with acrylics as well, it is very much possible. Then like this. Over here also, I'm just going to add a little bit, and then here at the top like that. So this is what our underpainting is going to look like. Now if you want, you can add more tones, and for that what you can do is you can take a little bit of blue. Let's put some blue to the side. I'll take like a small dot and mix it in my brown. See, I took very little and yet it's darkened up so much. Like this, and then you can mix in a little bit more water and then go for the slightly lighter tones. Oh, hello Naushka. Can you guess what we're painting today? I mean, unless you've looked at the description or the title of this video, then That's not a pointers of me asking, but oh, I even have the reference over here. Who am I kidding? Yeah, like this. So remember, this is an undertone, and then I'll take whatever remaining is there and just put it down over here. Okay, so there you go. Now this is our undertone, which is ready. Okay, now we can start with the painting part. So we can either start with the light or with the dark. I think what I'll do is I'll start with the light, since if you look at this image over here, let me just change this to being normal. We can see that the lighter clouds are behind the darker clouds, meaning the lighter clouds would be in the background, whereas the darker clouds over here would be in the middle ground. And then this part at the bottom, the land mass, would be in the foreground. So we have foreground, middle ground, and then background. Of course, with the background we even have the sky there. So you know what, I'll start off with the sky. An even better idea. Okay, so for the sky, I'll take some white color first. Make sure you always close your bottles properly. I'll add some white here. That's, I think, a lot of blue. Now I'll take a bit more white, and then a little bit of blue, so I can get this neutral color. And I've mixed it in the brown so it doesn't become too bright also. Yeah, look at that. That's a perfect color. I'll just apply this here. I think I might need to make quite a bit more, since take a little bit of brown and then just keep mixing it in. Let's see, I'll try getting some more colors so I can show you the difference in each and every one of them. Yeah, I think this one is much better. Like this, and I'll just come over here. And then a little bit this side as well. Like this. That seems good enough. You know what, maybe I'll just add a little bit here down, and then I can paint over it to get that nice blend between the other colors. Okay, then I can start adding the lighter colors of the cloud, which is this part over here where the sun is, really passing through. So for those of you wondering if it has a term, when a light passes through an object and you can see through that, like for example, if it's very sunny outside and if you look at your ears when there's sun hitting your ears from the back, you can see your ear turn a bit red color because you can see the interior of it as well glowing. So that is known as subsurface scattering. And what that means is basically that when light passes through a solid medium, you could say, and you can see the light pass through it and have a slight glow, that is known as subsurface scattering. Okay, now I will take some, I'll just clean this wet paint that I have, since I'm not really going to be using it. Okay. Yellow and orange, that is what we need. Not yellow and orange, yellow and red. So I'll put some yellow color here. And one of the reasons why I'm taking my time before starting this is because I want that paint to dry. So red, you won't really need much, since red is a pretty strong color and most of our painting is going to be done in yellow and orange. So that means red is going to be used relatively little. There. Okay. So I will start with okay. So I'll take some yellow color. Just make sure you don't have too much water in your brush. It can end up making your paint look very watery. So I'll take a bit more yellow here. A bit more yellow, and I'll add a touch of brown to it to dull it out just a small amount. Okay, and then I'll apply this. Oh, look at that. Nice. The color fits so well, it almost looks like I'm not painting anything. I'll apply this here. And don't worry, you can cover up a little bit of the darker areas, since when we paint over it, when we're painting the dark areas, we're going to paint over it. And then here, so I'll just cover up most of these areas, and I'll take some more yellow, put it at the side. Yeah, just like this. And then over here around the top. And don't worry too much about blending and all of that. Blending is not really necessary. As long as you put the correct tones down, you're more than good to go. I'm really struggling to speak today. There you go, like that. And then I'll take a lot more yellow and whatever paint I have in my brush. So you see, I'm going further and further away, because if I try to mix it in here, then I would need a lot more yellow. Whereas when I just mix it separately to the side, then I'm just taking whatever color I have in my brush and I'm putting it down. So now if you look at this, since this paint is wet, we can get this nice gradients, you could say. Look at that. I haven't done anything and it's automatically blending. Just like this, and then I can just slightly scatter some paint there. I'll take this a little higher. Okay, then I'll take again some yellow color paint, put it off to the side like this, so you can really see the gradients building up. And then I will add this over here a little bit towards the bottom, a little bit that side, and we need the paint to be a little thick so that whichever part we paint, it can really have some sort of an effect in that part. Now a little bit this side. Like this. Okay, now I'll clean my brush because I'm going to take some very light colors. So again, I'll take some yellow. Let's take some plain yellow. Yeah, there's a lot of water in this. And I can start by just going around it like that, so that I can have a bit of that glowiness. A little bit this side, and then I'll take some white, mix it in, and add it to the parts that have, or to the parts that need, that glow, that absolute white color. Just like this. A little bit this side. Take some orange also. Yeah, there you go. Okay, nice. Let's see, anywhere else. I'll clean my brush again. I'll take some white color only, and I will just apply it over here. It is very likely going to blend in with the rest, but that will actually help us to get that gradients, perhaps you could call it. This, that's a little too much white. A little bit on the inside of this glow. Some of it will come down there. Now, I don't know how much of this painting is making sense to you, but just trust me on this. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'll do this part. So I'll finish on the warm colors first, which is this yellow, orange, brown over here also. And then I will move to the cooler colors, which will be the darker areas here. So I'll take some brown. I'll take quite a bit of brown. I'll mix it inside. Take not a lot of blue. Mix it in this and then add some yellow color. So we can get this brownish green type color. If it doesn't look green, add a bit of blue and then a lot more yellow. There, see? So think of it this way. Now whenever you want like this color over here, this brownish green, see, it almost looks the same already. If you know what, let me try switching off this light for a second. Okay, no, that just dims it out entirely. So whenever you want a color like brownish green, then try to think of it this way. To make green, what colors do you mix? Blue and yellow. But then you'll just get pure green. And then if you want to get the brownish color, you would add brown color to it. But now if the green isn't greening, or if the green is not green enough, you can then add a bit of blue until you get that slightly greenish or the slightly muddy type of color. And then if necessary to make it brighter, you can add a bit of yellow. So you can think of it that way. 1 second. All right. Oh, okay. What are the chances? My front camera seems to have died. Okay, no worries. So I will take this color. I think I can add a bit more yellow to this to lighten it up. So you see, I only use white whenever it is absolutely necessary. So over here I will add this color. Look at that, it's almost the same color. And just spread it around here. Don't worry too much about the rest. I'll add a bit there, a bit that side, take some more color. Okay, now that I have that much done, I can add a bit more blue color to this. Mix it up entirely because I don't want it to stand out a little too much. I'll add a bit there, maybe take a bit of yellow and mix it in. just like this, and I'll just add a few strokes over here in between. And then I can take some brown color. You know what, I'll take this orange, mix in a bit of yellow, and then a bit of brown to get this yellow ochre type shade. In the middle, a bit over here. Then I can add a few strokes like this to give it a bit of this highlight type feel to it. So you see, this color is pretty much this color, but since it's a bit transparent, it's adding that blending sort of effect to it. Okay, then I will take some white color, mix it in this. So I'm using white color only when it is absolutely necessary. Okay, there you go. So we are done with the ground here. And then I will take some more yellow color like this, a little bit of red, mix it well, and then some brown color. And this color I will add towards the edges over here. I will put a little bit of blue in it and quite a bit of brown so that I can get this darker shade for the interior part. There you go, like that. Oh, that looks so good. Let's add a little bit to straighten out this line. Nice. Look at that. So while we are making the clouds, we do need some sort of land to get that contrast. And for those of you wondering why my camera is not here, well, my camera died, so this is how we're going to do it for now. But on the good note, you have a much better view of everything. There you go, like that. Okay. Now, I will take some blue color and mix it in here. This color that I had already made. I'll just refill my colors again. So I'm taking some burnt sienna. I'll take some yellow color also. Not too much now since we're working on the cooler colors. And then some blue. Okay. Now inside of this I will add a bit of brown color to desaturate it. Yeah, there you go, this is good. That's good. So like this, I will just add it over here. Okay, and then inside of this I will add a bit of white, just a tiny bit, not too much. Actually, you know what, just a little bit more to get this grayish green color. Yeah, there you go, like this. There you go, like that. And then I'll take some brown, mix it in, add a bit of white. Just see, okay, this is still very similar in color, so I'll take a bit more white. Yeah, this seems good enough. You know, the funny thing is, right, when we first start painting, we think too much about what colors to mix, whether you're mixing it correctly, whether the colors you're choosing are right. But then as you keep painting, right, before you can even realize what color you need to mix, you already have the paint ready and you're already painting this. So yeah, the more you paint, the more you experiment, the better it's going to get for you. Okay, now I'll add a bit of yellow here. Seems to be a little too desaturated. Okay, a little bit this side, like this down the corner, a little bit there, some portions over here. I'll add this a bit over here, a little bit this side, in a very subtle manner. And I'll just spread it all over here. Yeah, there you go, like that. So these are two different sets of clouds. This is much closer to you, and this is much further away and much bigger as well. Okay, and now I'll take some blue color, mix it in this. I'll put these parts inside here. Now again, see, I'm just putting down brush strokes. I'm not trying to blend in anything as such. Just that wherever I see that color, right, I'm just gonna slap some paint onto it. You don't have to think too hard. As long as your tones are right, everything will fall into place by itself. Just like this, and then over here down I will add a little bit and take some white color, mix it in here for the bottom part. I'll just go all the way towards the end, and then I can re-layer it with whichever color I need. Okay, and then this color, and I'll clean my brush first. Damn, look at that, that looks pretty sick already. I'm almost done with this, if you could see. Okay. Oh, it's my leg touching. Okay. I think, you know what, just to in a way blend these two together, I'll take some yellow, take a dot of red, maybe a little bit more yellow, and I'll just mix in a little bit of this color into the yellow, and then give it a slightly warmer but dark cloud, just like this. This side as well, and try not to get hyper fixated onto one area. We want to try painting everything as a whole, not just here, then just here, then just here, then just here. We don't want to do that. We'll paint everything as a whole. So if I'm painting this color over here, I'll make sure I paint it everywhere else that it is needed to be. Okay, then take some more yellow, a little bit of red. There you go, that's the color I want. So if you look at this side, I can show you what color I mean exactly. Now, why is it not really showing? Hold on. Yeah, there you go, that's the color I want to add. And we'll go a little bit over certain areas so that we can have this nice color inside. Over here also I can add a little bit. You see, I'm just adding a couple of brush strokes. I'm not really doing anything much. Because as much as painting is, understanding the techniques, it is also understanding the concept of how paint works and how we apply the colors. Okay, now I'll take a bit of this lighter color. Yeah, I'll add some a bit here in the middle. Like maybe we might need to darken it a bit. Just a tad bit. Yeah, like this. And lighten it up ever so slightly. This part seems fine, honestly. Over here, there's a little too much of the orange bleeding through, and there we go. Our acrylic cloud is ready. So I'll just try switching off this light and showing it to you. Oh, look at that. Look at how great that looks. That looks like a photograph. So I'll just bring it closer. Now you can see how very well put it looks. But when I bring it closer, you can see that the brush strokes are very rough. There's barely anything blended. You can see some patches here. This is all patchwork. But as I take it further and further and further away, there you go. So thank you so much for joining me. This has been a reference. This is what we have done. You know what, let's try putting a side to side. Of course, it's not going to be an exact 1-to-1, but I'll switch on this light also. Oh, that is very cool. I think, you know what, I'll just add a little bit of color here. I'll reduce this one in size a bit. I'm in the mood to kind of mess around now. So I changed the proportions a little bit. Those of you wondering, this image is actually much bigger. Yeah. Like, you know what, I'll make this part a little bit smaller and place it down here. I'll take this a bit higher. Place this down right about there. Oh, lovely, look at that. There's almost barely any difference. Except we can add some, let's try that. I'll just try adding some lighter colors on the insides over here. So for that, I'll take some yellow, a tiny bit of red. Just yellow is enough. So this side over here, I will add some plain yellow right about there. You go like this, and then over here as well. So of course I haven't copied the strokes exactly as it is. And then a little bit, I'll take some white also for this, honestly. This side, because I haven't really done much over here. And then maybe a little bit onto this cloud. Just a tiny bit, not too much. I don't want to overwork it. A little bit in the middle there. It's, I think, too bright. Yeah, it's too bright for this. Okay, you know what? I'll stop it over there. So you can see the reference image and the painting. I wish I could show it to you with the front camera since the colors would be much better. But you know what? I can just adjust this a little bit. That is a little too much. Let me see if there's something we can do about this. Yeah, there you go. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this workshop. And I will see you all again at 3:30. So take care and bye-bye.